Hi everybody! Today let's answer some questions on the next lesson we're going to talk about is how to stop wasting times. There are tons of things that we can wasting times on, but how can we easily fix it? On the first question 11, Henry Dalton used an ice cream analogy to explain Parkinson's laws. How does this energies and how to illustrate the concept of time management and how can you apply this concept on your own life? So imagine that you have an bowl of ice cream, like 10 years old, to use an ice cream analogy to explain Parkinson's laws. How does this energy help to illustrate the concept of it? For example, that we have an ice cream. She has management that she's going to eat it for 10 minutes total because, well, it's so delicious, obviously. So, she already knows that 5 minutes is the ice cream already melted. So, yeah, that was one thing. I can also apply it like I can use shorter times, and then I can quickly focus on one task. For example, I have a test exams. I know that this is just hard. We can already know it's easy, but I want to do other things, which I thought myself that this is easy, I can do it fast, but actually I think I can do it for 10 total minutes, and then I just sit there to playing, and when other people comes, I will do it. Well, that take a big of a long time, but how about I want to do other things, which I just kept doing and I play, that takes so much longer, or take like my time management go up and instead of go down. So I use less time to do it, and less time to my own exams, and then I focus on one thing. While I'm finished or after the exams, I will get more time to play and then more time to do other stuff. That one thing of time management. The question 12. The speaker will provide practical tips on improving meeting productivity. We choose one tips and discuss how can I help to management time more effective and represent our academics life. So as you know, there are about 4 different kinds of strategy, and I choose to make an agenda. It's just like a couple of minutes, but it takes a lot of works for those. But how can I compare with the meetings? I have so much stuff with school exams. I also have my meetings too. I like school exams, and also need to prepare other things for schools, for productivities, for sports, and so much more. How can I even get that? So imagine that my meetings need to split out what people this want to do. So I will just chat or just send other progresses, and I going to just kind of split out, and before that so they can agree, so I can just get over that test exam or sports play or school's exam. I can just finish it on prepare it, and then when the school exam I can easily do it fast, and then at home I can do other meetings, and the productivity meetings will get much more easier or more smoothly once I get both things done on one time. It takes much more long time than you going to expect it. Let's go to the question. In the passage, Daniel Dalton discussed how reducing the time in a task can lead to better focus. Do you agree with her approach? How could you apply this method on your imposing to more focus when working on long-term project or excitement? We know that reducing times or doing more over again. Notice that Daniel Dalton discussed about it, about reducing times on one task and then lead to a better focus. Well, I definitely agree with it. How can you apply that methods? In the passage that Daniel Dalton discussed, how can they reducing their time or just getting lesser time? They can use lesser blocks of time and use this faster and focus, and also concentrating on one thing that can make it finish faster and more focused. You thought that finish faster your answer may be not correct, but anyways, when you're doing faster or concentrating that, because once you're concentrating on calculating on one time, instead you don't think for a long period of times and just concentrating on one the stuff, you're just like getting lesser time, which focus on right now on this destinations. We have like the goal is to finish this exam and get 10 points on your own exam. So that is your own destinations on that have reducing the times and to finish that task perfectly with 10 points on your exam. That's easy. Let's go to part 5, Figures Reflections. Parkinson's law is about management times and tasks effectively. In your own opinions, how important is it to set realistic restrictions to an amount of time required for tasks? Provide examples to support your answer. We already know that long term can get to procrastination, but shorter term can get you stress levels. But how can you easily do that? Well, focus is only one thing. We already know that when you're concentrating, like long period of time can get to procrastination, or you don't even want to do it anymore. You just keeping it, and you says tomorrow I do it. Then tomorrow next, and tomorrow next. Keep over and over and over on the procrastination time. But if you get in that too less, then you get to stress level, because like to stress, which means that like you have only less time but you have too many stuff, which need to stress level. You need to do this, and then you also need to the same time to at the meetings, then sports club, then that club, then school exams, and so much more. How can you easily apply that for one thing and then just calculating for the other things, which is take stress level? But if you can calculate like for about too long period of time, they can just like cause a lot of other damage to the part when you're explaining other stuff, which can also apply or problems with other stuff. So then you can just like stress level, so you have too much time, which would take too long, so the procrastination on your minds are just leveling up. So that was big thing. But how can you easily apply or present to example to support your answer? For example, that you have an exam test again or school meetings on one side, you need to be like perfectly balance one things, and then provide it with other things which are also applied with the test that you're going to be, or the destinations you want it are exactly times to perfectly applied on that destination, instead of just using too much time or just too less, which make your procrastination and stress. You can choose like a perfect amount of time, like perfect amount, which can also apply on one other things, which can also be used on your destination and perfectly used. Now, Masoyan, thank you so much and goodbye.